Clayton Bettles, the head coach of the Italian team, knowing very well that they have their work cut out for them tonight against a very good Russian team. Italy, without a goal scored. You look at the other side, plenty of offensive power, Evgeny Malkin and company. How do the two coaches even kind of approach this game?
I think similar in the sense that they say, let's just focus on our own team. Let's focus on what we're doing, what we're trying to accomplish. And they're trying to accomplish different things because Russia is trying to refine their game. They're trying to get their power play clicking. They're trying to get Ovechkin's line going. They're trying to be responsible with the puck. And Italy is trying to learn what it's like to play at this level against this kind of team. So they won't be focused on the results because Russia is going to win this game. Italy is going to lose this game. But can Italy continue to make strides in competing with these great teams? That's what they're here to do. They're here to learn against the good teams and then worry about the results against Norway and Austria. But right now, just focus on what you're trying to get done by playing the system your coach wants you to play.
Andre Vasilevsky will get the start for Russia. Andreas Bernard will get the start for Italy. Referees for this one are Mikko Kukakari of Finland and Alexi Rantala of Finland. And the linesmen are Rene Jensen of Denmark and Dustin McCrank of Canada. Barabanov carries into the Italian zone. Barabanov tried to play it through. That got stopped, and Marco Insam will send this all the way down the ice. And face-off to come back. And safe to say Italy may try and slow this game down as much as they can.
Icings are their friends. And Alex Ovechkin has been noticeably quiet for the first 3 games. No points. One of a few forwards on Russia that has none. His line just hasn't gotten going.
Zadorov for Gusev. Gusev goes cross-ice score. Nikita Zaitsev in from the line, and 31 seconds in, Russia has the lead.
Well, there's the danger in taking the icings. You lose the face-off, and then you have to defend for a while. Zadorov walks the middle. Gusev spins around. Out the high slot, Karam back the other way, and Marchetti is hustling to try to help on Kucherov. Meanwhile, Zaitsev is all alone, and Anisimov occupying time and space at defenseman. And Zaitsev goes along the ground underneath Andreas Bernard. And so, half a minute in, we are 1-0 Russia.
If you're going on numbers, the one area that Russia really hasn't excelled at is face-offs. Evgeny Malkin at 52% is their best face-off guy, but...
So we are splitting hairs at this point.
Yes. 1-0 Russia. Malkin circles back in his own end. Malkin watched by DeLuca. Malkin fights through the check of DeLuca. Gets it on for Grigorenko. Grigorenko plays his back at the line, and Nestorov tried to get it down low, and that's picked off by Trevillato. Alex Trevillato, the captain of this team, 57 minutes played so far in the 3 games. He leads Italy in per game average. This gets turned over at center. Andronov for Kaprizov. Kaprizov tried to go back to the line. That's intercepted. And Toffiner will send this ahead. And this will get sent in by Bardaro. Hit on the backboards by Ramoser. Toffiner trying to hold the line, and Toffiner takes Kovalchuk down, and a penalty coming to Italy.
So not an ideal start, giving up a goal in the first 30 seconds, followed up by a penalty a minute 41 in for an offensive zone trip. As can opener through the legs, push out on the skate, and Kovalchuk goes down. Great facial expressions on his way down. Now, Coach Ilya Vorobyev, that's Clayton Bettles, Ilya Vorobyev of Russia said they tried to tweak their power play to make it a bit more effective. So we'll see what they come up with this unit.
Alex Ovechkin sends this down low, and the Russian power play operating at 36.3% goes to work. Ovechkin with the shot, save made, short side. Andreas Bernard went down and blocked it.
Watch Ovechkin, he's not even moving. Just straight legging it, standing still.
Kuznetsov with the shot right on. Save made by Bernard. Into the slot, another shot, and that one got blocked. And the loose puck grabbed off by Costner. Long wrister in, and Vasilevsky turns that aside. And back up the ice. Drop back. Simon Koster picks that one off as Zaitsev tried to leave that for Ovechkin. Kuznetsov will play this back, and Zaitsev, who's getting some power play time now, he'll make his way to the bench. And Evgeny Malkin will take it in behind Vasilevsky.
This is the power play that doesn't need much tweaking. Dadonov is the trigger man in the front. Lots of great passers surrounding him.
Dadonov has it, tries to leave it for Malkin. Malkin along the near side boards. Malkin goes cross ice. And the quick shot by Kucherov.
Oh my goodness.
And that missed the net.
The sweeper is very hard to do. It's not a one-timer, it's a wrist shot on the fly.
Dadonov for Gusev. Gusev for Malkin. Dadonov in his office out front. Malkin for Gusev. Gusev tried to go cross ice. That got tipped away. And Sergachev will go back for it. Quick one touch. Kucherov on for Gusev. Gusev for Malkin. Kucherov off the backside. And Ramoser just got a piece of that to tip it away. Marco Rosa trying to clear. Stopped by Dadonov. And in for Gusev. Gusev goes cross ice, and that got tipped away.
And Kucherov sitting on 99 goals. Why do they keep trying to force it over to him? Good hit by Ramoser.
Another good hit.
4 attempted seam passes from Gusev or Malkin through to Kucherov.
For the second time in this tournament, Sergachev has gone to the bench with some discomfort. Came back very quickly the first time. We'll keep an eye on this one as he does get some attention at the Russian bench. Centered, save made. Andreas Bernard with another stop. This one off Andronov. Barabanov trying to work it from the back of the net. Gets checked, and it's cleared out at center. And Anisimov is on it. And now a penalty coming to Russia.
He's off the ice. Doesn't even know he's getting a penalty yet. Can't be me.
Russia, number 94, 2 minutes. Cooking.
It is. As Anisimov takes a shot, and there it is, up into the hands of Marchetti. And here's the sweeper. Oh, what a good look there. Kind of throws the knuckle puck, but it's not a one-timer like a slap shot. It's the motion of a wrist shot, but it starts with you trailing the puck on reception. It has to be done so quickly. I could never do it. Steve Thomas, my old teammate in Toronto, was the best at it until the modern day player, which a lot of them can do it now, but you have to be so strong with your forehands to shoot that shot.
Elias Pettersson is similar, is he not?
Well, he takes more slap shots at it. He doesn't kind of do that sweeper catch and release shot. He can certainly take the one-time slapper, but not that many guys do it as well as Kucherov just attempted.
Power play for Italy. Bardaro plays this cross ice. Marco Rosa sends it down low. Bardaro tracks it down. Bardaro back for Rosa. Watched there by Zaitsev. And the puck controlled Gander. Sends it in behind the net. Trying to work it off the backboards. Ramoser. He's got Nestorov all over him. Gets it for Bardaro. Bardaro watched by Ivan Telegan. Nestorov will send this out. Grigorenko is all already in behind the Italian defense. Good stick handling there by Andreas Bernard.
Trying to help his own cause a little bit.
Kill off some time on the power play, though.
I'm surprised that he's back in there. Faced 60-plus shots in his last game versus Latvia. Played exceptionally well. Has the daunting challenge of facing Russia tonight.
Diego Costner carries it down. 35 seconds left in the power play for Italy. DeLuca, who led them in scoring in their D1 victory last year that got them to this main championship. And this will get sent down, and Andreas Bernard will play it away from Artem Anisimov. Michelli will catch up to it. Michelli trying to get away from Anisimov. Michelli trying to split that he can't. Koster with the shot, the rebound. It was there for a split second for Insam. Centered out front, and DeLuca couldn't get a stick on it back at the line. Played down low by Trevillato. Power play now over. Trevillato up top, had to get away from him. Barabanov in on goal to the forehand, save made. Bernard stayed right with him. Koster trying to send this out of the Italian zone. It got blocked, taken by Ovechkin, and Ovechkin's shot was blocked by Marco Insam. Insam took a look back at Ovechkin as saying, did you have to shoot it that hard?
I think you're going to see some frustration coming out of Ovechkin in this game.
Lead pass for Kuznetsov, and Kuznetsov was inside the line just ahead of the play, and offside is called. Russia with the early 1-0 lead and a goal by Zaitsev. Andrei Vasilevsky in net for Russia. Face off to his left.
That breakaway save, relatively speaking, was a big one for Bernard in Italy. Just to not come off a power play and give up a breakaway right after and make it 2-0. Keep hanging around as long as they can.
And maybe on a different note, if you want to get the best out of your team for Italy, is have Andreas Bernard continue to play well, and inspires kind of a difficult word to use, but at least try to get your teammates a chance that they can maybe accomplish something. Taken by Kovalchuk, played around for Evgeny Malkin. Malkin will play it back for Sergachev, so he's back out. Shot in front, that got stopped. Dadonov was there looking for a loose puck. And played around and taken by Toffer. Around for Lombacher. Lombacher on for Hochkoffler. Hochkoffler with the wrister. Vasilevsky will scoop it to the near side. No one there. Marco Rosa will be first on it. Marco Rosa trying to get that for Hochkoffler. In for Rameser. Rameser tied up there with Anisimov.
Watching the Russian bench right now. Sergachev left that last shift quickly and now called down for a trainer to check him out.
Anisimov tried with that redirect in front. He chipped it over top the net. Stefano Marchetti plays this up the boards, but's kept in. Into the slot. Shot, score! Vasilevsky is in from the line. And he finds the far corner. And it's 2-0 Russia with goals from two defensemen.
Same setup though. It's Kucherov and Gusev drawing all the attention and then having the defense slide in behind the forwards, which are mesmerized by the puck handling and potential of Gusev and Kucherov. This time it's Vasilevsky, and he's on the top of your screen. And Ramoser gets caught staring at Gusev and Kucherov. Watch 47. He's staring right at the puck, and there goes his man in behind him. Right down the slot. He slips it underneath the arm of Bernard. Italy plays a zone defense. You're kind of in charge of your area, not necessarily a man specifically. But in saying that, you have to hand off the man from your zone to the next. Now, if there's no one to take the man into the next zone, you got to go with them. And Moser just ends up not being aware that Vasilevsky is leaving his zone into a very dangerous area, and Bernard left to try to make a save that he's not capable of making.
Gusev and Kucherov on the assists on the goal by Danir Hafizulin. Good right pad save made by Andreas Bernard. Sergachev may have been an equipment issue. We'll keep an eye on that. Marcus Gander plays it back. Mukwonago ahead for DeLuca. Andergassen couldn't corral that pass at center. Helfer follows up, and Armand Helfer will send this in. Vasil ahead for Alex Ovechkin. In for Kuznetsov, drops it back. Bernard, big save. Barabanov in alone. That's the second time he's been one-on-one on Andreas Bernard. Gavrikov will play this around. Sent up at center ice. Kirill Kaprizov leaves for Kovalchuk. Kovalchuk's cross-ice pass never got to the intended receiver, and Marchetti will play this on for Insam. Marco Insam, the cross-ice dump. Trevillato in from the defensive position. Marco Insam in on the forecheck. Insam gets tied up there with Andronov. And the puck grabbed off, and here comes Ilya Kovalchuk. He'll drop it back for Sergachev. Sergachev for Malkin. Malkin, the quick shot, that went wide. Sent around by Pavlu, kept in by Sergachev. Takes a bump on the play from Hochkoffler. And a battle at the line, and Pavlu will get this back to the Russian blue line, and Gavrikov will start the defensive change for Russia. And now Sergachev will play it to the near side, and he'll follow to the Russian bench. Dadonov for Malkin. Malkin shot, that goes off the stick of Zanata and over top the net. Lucas Zanata, who spent some time at Notre Dame in Wilcox, Saskatchewan. Malkin carries across the line, tried to get that to Grigorenko. At the line, kept in by Nestorov, and that's blockered away by Bernard. Zanata bumped in behind the net. And a battle for a puck, and Big Toffer comes in there, knocks it loose. And it's up for Bardaro. For Rameser. Rameser back for Bardaro. In for Marco Rosa, and I think that went off the far goalpost. Nice three-way passing play with Rameser and Bardaro, and the chance for Rosa. Vasilevsky stops this in behind his own net. Russia regroups with Zaitsev, and on for Vasilevsky.
I feel like Italy's got to be perfect with every one of their chances, because they're not going to get very many. It's a well-executed 3-on-2. Kucherov, the high drop for Artem Anisimov, the wrister, and that's off the stick of DeLuca. And up into the netting, and we'll get a stoppage in play. Russia with the 2-0 lead here in the first. Puck dropped, and Mukwonago will send it back for Marchetti. The rain and the cool temperatures have not kept the fans away. This building is pretty much full for this game between Russia and Italy.
And Italy trying to get their first goal of the tournament. They had one called back on an offside challenge of all things. As Marco Rosa rolls one right off the post. Native of Scarborough, Ontario. Played over in North America for a long time, 7-8 years before
going back to Europe.
Anisimov plays his back for Zaitsev. Zaitsev for Gusev. Kucherov swings away from Costner. In for Gusev. Gusev watched by Marco Insam. Throws it out the short side. Kucherov gets it back for Gusev and back for Kucherov. Up top, Zaitsev. Zaitsev walks it in, doesn't shoot it. Lays it down to the goal line. Hafizulin. Those are the two goal-getters in this game, Zaitsev and Hafizulin. Kucherov centers, and Zaitsev with another rather. Gusev with the chance, and save made by Andreas Bernard.
This line is like they're on a power play. Every time they get out there, same kind of idea though. Activate the defenseman, this time it's Marchetti. He's covering a zone. That zone is occupied by Gusev. He gets staring at Kucherov, and Gusev jumps around him. Clayton Beddoes got several teachable moments. When you're covering your guy, head on a swivel. One eye on the puck, turn, check your man. Eye on the puck, turn, check your man. Open up your shoulders so you can see both of them at the same time to keep him in front of him. You know they're going to be active. That is winger defensive zone coverage 101.
There's a shot right off the face-off by Ovechkin. Now, I don't know when Coach Vorobiev went to put the lines together, if he just simply looked at it and said, okay, this guy won the scoring race in the NHL. This guy won the scoring race in the KHL. Let's start there.
You know, the scary part about it all is they could have been teammates in Tampa. If you remember, Gusev was originally property of Tampa, went to Vegas through the expansion draft.
Shot scored. Evgeny Kuznetsov has his first of the tournament. Nothing Russia as this line gets into the offensive act.
This game will be a runaway win for Russia, but this is still important. Kuznetsov gets on the board. He's had a breakaway, good rush, good skate. Barabanov gets more comfortable. Nice play here. Walking out short side as Koffler can't get all the way down. Trevelati stuck on the wrong side of the net, but Barabanov with that speed can generate so much. Just slip it into Kuznetsov, chip it upstairs, no chance for Bernard. And it's 3-0 now. So Kuznetsov's got one. You'd like to see Ovechkin get one. If you're gonna get greedy, you'd like to see Malkin score as well during this game.
So Barabanov with the only assist on that nice feed. Andronov, Gavrikov, back for Andronov. Gavrikov hits to the front of the net. Pass gets dropped. Kaprizov will play it. Kovalchuk takes the pass from Zadorov and ripped it right on Andreas Bernard. And now back up for Rameser. Rameser trying to get around Gavrikov, could not. Dangerous pass in front of the Russian net. But cleared very quickly by Zadorov, and Zadorov will skate it up. He'll send a bouncer wide. Andreas Bernard will get it from Marchetti. Stefano Marchetti played it up the boards, and this will end up back inside the Russian line. And Nikita Zadorov, who joined this tournament in progress, will retreat. Dadonov with some speed, takes it wide, plays it back, no one there. Dadonov with 4 goals in this tournament, 3 have come on the power play. Wrister there by Gander. That one over top the net. Gander waits for it. Tried to play it back to the line, didn't get enough on it. And Mukwonago will give chase with Grigorenko in after him. Cleared up at center. Grabbed off by Evgeny Malkin. And Malkin had it knocked off his stick by Armand Helfer. And Helfer will send the long pass looking for Gander. And it will go off his stick, and back for it, Hafizulin. For Kucherov. For Gusev. Gusev takes a look as he gets to the forehand, tried to play it back, and that gets deflected. And Sergachev will go back. The Montreal draft pick, and then traded to Tampa. Marco Insam takes a whack at the puck, couldn't get it out. Stays inside the line for Artem Anisimov, down for Kucherov. Kucherov will play it for Gusev. Nikita Gusev fakes the pass back to the line for Sergachev, now sends it back. Sergachev takes a look, gets it back for Gusev. Tight quarters, and it gets away from Gusev. And he has to come back out at center. And back for Sergachev. He'll go rink wide. Off the bench on the change, Barabanov. Into the slot, Dmitri Orlov. Another save for Andreas Bernard. Trevilato plays it around, but Kuznetsov will be there. Kuznetsov all the way rink wide, and Ovechkin scores. Ovechkin unloaded. Bernard got a piece of it, but not enough.
We were waiting on this line to come alive and thought that this might be the right opponent for them to score some goals and break the ice. Ovechkin with his first goal, first point of the tournament. This is how they play. Kuznetsov draws the attention. Ovechkin on the far side, stick in the air, saying, I'm over here, get it to me. And it's Alex Ovechkin. How does he get that open in the offensive zone? You have to know where he is as he drifts that one up and off the shoulder of Bernard. Yeah, that's a good one. So Kuznetsov got one.
Yep.
Russia wanted to see Ovechkin get one. And I guess next up on their to-do list is Malkin, who has several assists, so it's not like he hasn't been on the scoreboard, but you probably want to see him score a goal as well.
Orlov dishes that one off, and the shot goes off a stick as Andronov lets that one fly, and back for Bardaro. Plays give and go with Marco Rosa. Toe drag by Bardaro on Zadorov, and a good save by Vasilevsky. Intercepted at center. And Zanata back in his own zone. Toffer plays it ahead for Andergasson. He'll play it back, and here comes Gander. Sends a long shot in, takes it off the backboards himself. Trying to work it to the front of the net is DeLuca, and Grigorenko is on it for Malkin. On for Dadonov, and that'll be offside as Grigorenko tried to reach back and bring that in, but he was already across the line. Play called. Russia has medaled 9 of the last 12 years, 4 of those gold. And trying to get back to the highest part of the podium here in this championship. And the way the Stanley Cup playoffs worked out, Russia probably has a pretty good chance of being there at the end. But Sweden getting some reinforcements.
Yeah. Landeskog on his way. John Klingberg looks to play in their next game. They had Wenberg arrive last time, and it really just matters. One game, your quarterfinal.
There's a chance in Bernard, another big save.
And you played great up to that point. One-off night. Because once you hit the quarters, anyone can beat anybody.
Russia and Sweden will meet in the last game of the round robin. Another save for Bernard. Now Sweden does have a loss. They lost the opener to the Czech Republic, and another save by Bernard. That one off Malkin. Dadonov is on it. Plays it back for Gavrikov. Gavrikov with 1.5 minutes left to go in the opening period. Gavrikov cross ice. Grigorenko the one-timer. That's turned aside. And now Russia putting everything to the net. Gavrikov the shot wide. Dadonov tried to center it. And this will end up on the stick of Marchetti, and he'll just gently slide this back into the Russian zone.
The problem for Italy is anytime Russia wants to settle a puck down in the offensive zone, once they move it to the blue line, the forwards, the wingers really don't challenge there. So they can have all the time they want to make plays and run routes.
Cross ice pass, and this will make its way all the way back. It is Kucherov. Thought he had someone open, but misfired on the pass. Gusev and Kucherov
taking a header.
Toe pick. Kucherov,
even
rink
the best
wide.
in the world
Yeah,
can go down.
there you go. Koffler trying to get that deep cant. Bounces around and grabbed off by Sergachev. On for Gusev. Gusev will drop for Kucherov. Kucherov takes it wide. Kucherov, head up. He'll drop it off. Sergachev trying to get it back for Kucherov. Nesterov, the other defenseman, now floats all the way down to the backside. Taken by Gusev. Anisimov is on it. Back for Kucherov, for Sergachev, scores! And they're waving this one off. Gusev in the crease, and they will immediately wave this one off. It'll be no goal.
Everyone knows that Gusev trying to slide in behind. Oh, absolutely. It is on the offensive player to take a path that does not interfere. And even though he's getting pitched in there a little bit by Helfer, you can't take a path that doesn't exist. And there's the disappointing music of a no goal. Gusev knows it. And we'll take one away from Sergachev. 2
in the tournament for him.
He's more of a passer than a goal scorer, Gusev. So you'll see a 20-goal, 60-assist kind of season out of him in the NHL. And it was as advertised, Russia dominant and Bernard at their mercy, 4-0 after 1.
18-5, the shots on goal. And Russia with the 4-0 lead. You're watching the 2019 IIHF World Championship.
Enjoy Bratislava even more with the Bratislava card. It's the best way to explore the city. You can get free admission to selected museums and galleries, free guided walking tour, unlimited travel by public transport around the city and region, and other discounts up to 50%. Buy your own Bratislava card. More information on visitbratislava.com or tourist information centers. Is he going to score again? Do your best. Start every day with a charge of confidence. Trying new Nivea Men Shaving Gel and Aftershave Balm for sensitive skin. #1 against irritation. Nivea Men.
Давай, давай, Вась, так же, бля.
Andrei Vasilevsky was perfect in that opening period, 5 for 5, wasn't very busy. Andreas Bernard was busy, made some terrific saves. 4 got by him, but he was terrific.
It's a scary thought to think that the goaltender had to be good to only give up 4, but that was the case for Bernard, as the quality of chances that Russia can create is so good.
If you were wondering about this Russian team and whether they could fit under the salary cap if they were all together in the National Hockey League, the 13 NHL players, 63 million, just over 63 million. And that doesn't include Kucherov's new deal that kicks in. Sergachev's going to need a new deal soon. There's a shot, and Yevgeny Kuznetsov has his second of the game.
You can fit it under the cap if you want to play 15 players.
Gusev's not on here.
And that's about it. So they're high-priced talent. They're putting on a show right now. It's Kuznetsov. His stat line looks a lot better now than it did before the game. And control breakout. Ovechkin one-time pass. And splitting the defense, goes 5-hole. I love that 5-hole shot. Key is you put it a little bit closer to the right foot of the goaltender, so that it slides by the heel of his stick. Watch where his head is, head up, and see the heel on the ground. You put it just to the right of the heel on the ground to slip it through. And there's a perfect look at it. Kuznetsov makes no mistake, skating better, and that's going to be it for Andreas Bernard. That is a sympathy pull. He faced 65 shots last game against Latvia, and they lost 3-0 with an empty netter. He gave up 2 goals in 65 shots. So now it's Marco De Filippo going in. Probably could have bet that this was going to happen in this game anyways.
Both were with the Italian team last year when they qualified to get to this main event. Nikita Zaitsev will slam this in. Around the boards, Trevillato being watched by Gusev. Trevillato gets some help from Andergasson. Now taken by Gander. He'll play it to the line, but it doesn't get out. Sent back down low, intercepted as Nikita Zadorov couldn't get that down as far as he wanted to, and that allowed Italy to clear. Gusev plays it back, and Zadorov will snap this up at center ice. And Isamov will send it in. Gusev will go in after it. Gusev plays it to the high slot, and that's grabbed off by Gander. Marcus Gander plays it for DeLuca. Ivan DeLuca chases this to the backboards. Marco Rosa trying to get some offense going with a forecheck. Marco Rosa, by the way, won 3 of 4 faceoffs in that opening period for Italy, but Russia did win 60% overall.
Focus on the positives where we can.
Yep. Ramasur wide on Nestorov, blocker save. And by Vasilevsky, and here comes Evgeny Malkin. Malkin dishes it off. Dadonov trying to get the shot away, and that got blocked. Toffener stripped of the puck there by Dadonov. Back played around for Evgeny Malkin. At the blue line, Gavrikov will jump in. Grigorenko floats back in behind Gavrikov. Now the pass for Grigorenko. Couldn't get a stick on it and cleared out at center. Nesterov had that bounce over his stick, and Rameser almost got a chance out of it, but good recovery there by Nesterov. Gavrikov's pass hit a leg. Costner going in after it. Plays it to the blue line, and Hofer got that towards the front of the Russian net, got blocked, and here comes Andronov. Andronov going rink wide, deflected away by Lombacher. Ilya Kovalchuk will play it to the near corner. Kirill Kaprizov goes in after it, and it bounces out at center. Lombacher stripped of the puck there by Andronov, and he'll bring it right back in. Andronov takes a bump from Lombacher as he makes his way to the Russian bench. Kaprizov after it, and Lombacher gives him a bump. Taken and cleared. Kuznetsov, 2 in the game, dishes off. Barabanov plays it back up top. Ovechkin for Orlov. Orlov back for Ovechkin, and Ovechkin shot. Filippo may have got a piece of it.
He can just shoot it so hard from anywhere. That pass was miles ahead of him, still was able to get tons of velocity on it.
Barabanov trying to center, picked off. And Hofer will get this at center. Marchetti will send this into the Russian zone. Cleared right back out. Italy changing. Ovechkin comes on it as Insam lost it. The lead pass as he was trying to sprint Kuznetsov again. And this one's called offside.
The scary part for Italy is that with so many good players, the likelihood of them just letting up and not generating chances is low. And your only hope is that they try to get too fancy, maybe, try to get too cute while passing the puck around. Because if they just play straight up in normal hockey, they're going to continue to score.
Ilya Vorobiev, the coach of the Russian team, second year for him. Taking over from longtime coach Oleg Snarak. Kucherov will take this. Vorobiev was an assistant coach during when Paul Maurice was over here in Magnitogorsk. He was an assistant coach there with Paul Maurice of the Winnipeg Jets.
What was most scouting report on Vorobiev?
Good coach. Learned well.
Challenge with the language barrier for the coaches who...
He was a big help to him.
He was one of the ones who could help translate for him, which is key because English is not your first language. Trying to explain details, trying to communicate and foster a relationship with players is difficult.
Paul Maurice said he gained a whole new respect for players that come from other countries to play in the National Hockey League and the challenges that they have.
Yeah, we've dealt with it on like little small doses, playing over in Sweden and in Germany, and you sit there, the coach is talking, and you don't understand a word he's saying, and the world's kind of passing you by, and you're just spectating, you can't understand anything.
Watch the first drill, see if you can pick it up.
Just don't go, never go at the front of the line, that's right.
In the high slot, Dadonov gets it back for Grigorenko. Grigorenko puts it behind the net. Dadonov, a little tight turn. Trevelato's on it. Tried to get it out of the zone, cannot. This is kept in at the line.
Oh boy, ouch, no.
Ouch. A ripper from the line by Sergachev, and that catches Pavlu up high. And he is down, and he will get some attention. Now he pops back up.
Fine. My goodness. One-timer. Oh, it hits a stick, and that's tough to watch. As Sergachev tries to lean on this one. Does he get a piece of the stick right there? It does. Flutters a bit.
Ouch.
And you're hoping that hit the visor. You're hoping that didn't catch. And he's struggling, heading down the tunnel. A lot of pain, and understandably wobbly as well. And every time that happens, and I'm standing down through the bench or watching a game like this, and you see how fast the puck moves, and you're surprised that it doesn't happen more often. And I'm amazed that when I played, I didn't wear a visor, and I'd go stand in front of the net. You didn't think anything of it when you're playing, and now you watch, and it seems insane to be hanging around with guys throwing 100-mile-an-hour slappers through you. But you go there, and you don't think twice, and you don't have any fear about it.
And you can't put that on Sergachev because it wasn't like it was a high shot. It went off a stick and went up.
Yeah, at least if it was. I mean, you're allowed to shoot wherever you want. You can feel, and he will feel bad about it, but it did ricochet off a stick as well. You're just hoping that caught plastic and not the jaw.
You hope. Zanata plays this around the boards. Sergei Plotnikov not dressed for Russia again, second straight game, and Giovanni Marini not dressed for Italy for the second straight game. In a cross for Kovalchuk. He'll send this cross ice. Andronov being watched by Tofferer. Back for Gavrikov. Zadorov back for Gavrikov. Down for Kaprizov and on for Kovalchuk. Kovalchuk gets that return pass, scores. Ilya Kovalchuk passed it off, went to open ice, got it back, and finds the back of the net.
It's pretty to watch. It really is. The creativity. Tough if you're an Italian fan. It's 6-0, just 6 minutes into the second period, but the give and goes and the motion. That's because that's a flying off the bench, going right back for the very lane he created by skating. Really neat. That's the lane he vacates. Kovalchuk slides over top of it, and that's the Kovalchuk wrister right there through traffic over the glove of Filippo.
Kuznetsov is having a night.
4 points for him now.
I believe that is, yes.
2-2. And here we were saying that Kuznetsov and Ovechkin had to get her going in this tournament.
Dmitri Orlov sends this in. Costner bumps on the near side. And Orlov back for it. 20 shots on goal now for Russia. We've yet to hit the midway mark of the period. Kuznetsov dished that off. Ovechkin plays it back at the blue line. Orlov takes this in behind the net. Afazulin stays up top. The pass for Ovechkin never got to him as it got tipped. Kuznetsov starts the line change.
Hustling hard off the ice even.
And the long lead pass, and Lombacher almost a 2-on-1 with Simon Costner, but Costner couldn't hold that line long enough. Zaitsev, who opened the scoring in this game, 31 seconds in, plays it for Nikita Kucherov, and he'll play it cross ice. Zaitsev plays it back on the near side as he took the pass from Nestorov, but this is going to be icing called against Russia. The faceoff comes all the way back.
Kuznetsov came into the game with just 1 assist in the tournament, and all of a sudden he's got 4 points tonight, 5 points total. A couple goals, and he has found his skating legs and found the open ice that go along with it. And when he moves, he is as good as anyone through the neutral zone, over the blue line, and he's getting a lot of activity in this game.
Zaitsev in looking for his second. Filippo may have got a little bit of that with the blocker. Kucherov on it again, drops for Zaitsev. Zaitsev forced to the corner by the checking of Helfer. Gusev sharp angle shot, save made. And tried to play it back to the line for Zaitsev, and this comes back out at center. Collision there as Marchetti gets tied up with Artem Anisimov. And Zaitsev goes back as both teams start a line change. Zaitsev plays this up at center. Malkin, and this is off a stick and into the Russian bench.
One more thing on the to-do list for Russia is get Evgeny Malkin a goal.
And 6-0. Pro-Russian crowd is having lots of fun, singing and dancing, lots of reason to celebrate. This is the World Championship. These are professional hockey players. But on some level, you feel a little bit bad for Italy and what they've endured so far. 9-0, 8-0, 3-0, 6-0 halfway through the game. And I know they're playing the tougher teams to start. They may have a better chance against Austria and Norway, but
Trevillato for Zanatta. Zanatta couldn't get that puck to settle down.
And you can't really ask Russia to stop playing just to be nice. They're here to play. They're professionals. This is the big boys league. I mean, this is how it goes.
There's another angle I'll run by you here in a second. Dadonov tried to get to the backhand and put that into the open side. Here comes DeLuca. DeLuca on for Gander. Gander shot. Vasilevsky save on the short side. And now this will get sent up at center ice and grabbed off by Andronov for Kaprizov. Kaprizov trying to put the move on Marchetti. Kaprizov back up top. Takes it wide. Gets away from Bardaro. Sends it for Grigorenko. Grigorenko at the line for Gavrikov. Gavrikov leads Russia in minutes played. Dishes it off, and Kaprizov is on it. And the pass back to the line goes off the stick of Vasil.
Quick hands by Ovechkin there.
Yes, and into the Russian bench. You talk about feeling bad for anyone. You wonder all the Russian players who, before the NHL playoffs started, were being considered or thinking they were going to be on the team. And all of a sudden you see Washington out, you see Tampa Bay out, you see Pittsburgh out.
And there goes 6 or 7 roster spots that you thought you might have.
Banked off the boards up at center. Rameser inside the line and taken by Andronov.
Good news is for a lot of players like that, they made the Olympic team in 2018, so they were able to play in the Olympics, win a gold medal. So small consolation because they want to play in this one, but if you're able to participate in that, that is a great honor for Russia as well.
And what happens in 22 is a mystery at this point.
Tony, we have time to dig into the reopening of the CBA in the fall?
Yeah, we'll know in September. Played around for Gavrikov.
I'm just saying I'm positive. I got a positive feeling.
Good. Grigorenko dishes that across. Grigorenko looking for that return pass from Anisimov. At the blue line, getting pressured there was Nestorov, and sent away by Marco Rosa. Andronov will play it. Nestorov will find Ovechkin open. Ovechkin puts on the brakes. Ovechkin to the back door looking for Anisimov, and it may have just been tipped a little bit that Anisimov couldn't get it. Anisimov after it again. And taken by Lombacher. Hochkofler trying to stick with Ovechkin. Ovechkin shot, that got blocked by Simon Costner, and he'll play it back for Mukwonago. On for Zanatta. And Zanatta will send this in from his own side of center. Icing gets waved off, and it comes to the front of the net. And Vasilevsky will jump on that and hang on to it. 9:01 left to go, second period. 6-0 Russia here in Bratislava.
9:01 left here, 6-0 Russia, as the result has been predictable based on what we've seen. Kuznetsov with a big night, looking for a hat trick.
In front of the net, backhander. Germany with the lead on Slovakia, 1-0 over in Košice. Filippo down on the short side. Kuznetsov trying to pull it out of a pile, and Travalato is on it. For Marchetti. Marchetti wide on Zadorov, and Zaitsev will come back to take it away, and then Zaitsev will take a jolt there from Marco Insam. Here comes Kucherov. Kucherov in front. Good save made. Rebound.
Good
Kucherov
save.
couldn't get the stick back, and now a break for Marchetti. Zaitsev hustling back, and Zaitsev cuts him off at the pass. Filippo, a couple of good stops. Kuznetsov lets the shot go. That's off a stick and over top the net. And then Kuznetsov will head to the bench to complete the change. There's a shot save made by Filippo, and he'll hang on to it.
Some more close chances, including on the bench. You got to pay attention on the bench, because look at that. Thank you very much. Quick hands by Ovechkin. Glove save and a beauty. Yes, thank you very much. Look, you know they're having a nice night when the coach can smile in the middle of a game. You don't want Dad not to take one in the mouth.
That was a good glove save by Ovi.
And he would actually save the other way, because he's a left-handed.
Correct. Now,
So-
not all do.
He throws left-handed, so you think he'd have to catch with his right hand.
Correct, I agree. Just because of the fact he shoots right. If you're a goalie, you should catch with your right hand, but don't tell Curtis Joseph that.
Well, the backhand scoop was very effective for Cujo.
Rameser with the long shot, and that got blocked by Vasilevsky.
We'll be having penalty kill meetings out at center ice as he flipped them up in the air to us.
Toffner plays this up for Gander. Gander for Andergassen. That didn't get through. Norway in a change, and...
No. You don't call too many men on them, do you?
No.
You did. You did. That is filed on the unnecessary penalty there for Clayton Meadows.
Minor penalty for too many men on the ice.
Man, that's a super tight standard as well. The player was about to step off onto the bench. Mukwonago sends it across. And the former 47 Ramosa, I mean, he's literally have 1 foot in the air, 18 inches away. Look how close this is.
Well,
I would have let that one go.
yeah, Rene Jensen, the Danish referee,
He's a stickler, I tell you.
made that call. So power play now for Russia, their second power play of the hockey game. Back to the blue line, Malkin with the ripper as he takes the one-time feed from Sergachev.
Trying to work this power play from behind the net. This is something we see more in Europe, a little bit more often in the NHL as well.
Gusev, Malkin, Kucherov missed it. Gusev takes it off the backboards, gets it back for Kucherov, tried to get it to Malkin, blocked there by Marchetti. Marchetti stays on Dadonov. Sergachev down for Gusev, trying to get away from Armand Hofer. Gusev looking backdoor, finds Dadonov before it got to Malkin, and
Slick little pass, a little wraparound pass in tight spaces.
that was off his stick in a flash.
To the wheelhouse.
Gusev back in, Kucherov in for Dadonov, scores. Five in the tournament now for Dadonov. Power play goal.
That was nice. Quick transition, take it off the Russian cannons. Gusev, it's Kucherov. We said an awful lot. And Marchetti gets caught flat-footed, and Dadonov flows towards the puck. And Marchetti, see him here. He knows he's there. He's trying to find him. He's backing up, looking for contact, but Dadonov, a quick little cut towards the puck. And we've seen how good he can finish in the slot. Fourth power play goal of the tournament already for Dadonov.
5 for 13 now is the Russian power play in this World Championship.
And it's another one assisted by Kucherov and Gusev. They haven't scored in this game, but they've been in on a lot of goals. Javi Zulins, Zaitsevs, that one. Both have racked up 3 assists in this game.
What you're saying is there's a real good chance William Nylander will not be leading the scoring at the end of the day.
I don't think he is now, actually. What did Kucherov come in with, 6?
Sweden not playing today. Off day for them. Back at it tomorrow. They will be our first game tomorrow against Austria. Second game, Czech Republic and Latvia, which should be a good matchup. And now a penalty coming to Anisimov as he takes Marchetti down at center. And the shot by Zanata, save made by Vasilevsky. And a power play for Italy when we come back. Seven nothing. Ask and you shall receive. Thank you, Kevin Pratt. And now Kucherov does lead the scoring with 9 points. Gusev and Nylander with 8 each.
Russia didn't really run it up that much in their first 2 games against Norway and Austria. They scored 5 in each game. Dominant wins, but not the 8 or 9 that we have seen other teams put on the board.
And they did get tested by the Czech Republic. The 3-0 was the final, but it was a test
game.
right to the end. It was 2-0. Zaitsev added an empty netter.
3 or 4 posts for the Czech Republic.
Yep. Rosa plays this back at the line. Mukwonago back for Rosa. Tried to get that for Gander. It got blocked. Came back to him. Gets it to the goal line. Rosa in front of the net. It comes for Gander. Scramble for it. Now a race to the far side, and Rameser couldn't get there ahead of Ivan Telegin, and it's cleared down the ice.
Tough game for Telegin. He's not taking a regular shift. It's 7-0. He barely gets on the ice, and they get a penalty. He's like, all right, go out there and block some shots, play defense, and change.
Yeah, they use him in the penalty kill in the first period as well. Rameser back to the blue line it comes. Cross ice, Mukwonago down for Bardaro. And Bardaro couldn't handle that bouncing puck, and here comes Grigorenko. Grigorenko tried to go outside, inside, outside, knocked away by Mukwonago, and back up the ice down for Rosa. Rosa carrying it in. Sends it in behind the net. Bardaro waits for it. Bardaro dishes it off. Gander back at the blue line. Gander with the wrister. Vasilevsky blocked it. And Dmitri Orlov plays it ahead. Slovakia just tied the game with Germany, if you're wondering what the cheering was. Short-handed, Grigorenko scores. And Grigorenko gets his first of the tournament. And it's a short-handed marker.
Grigorenko shovel one home. Nice feed from Barrett. 94 is so quick here. He gets Trevelado in a tough spot, has to drop his stick without taking a penalty. That's a little go-to drag move. We've seen it a few different times, and then Marco Rosa over skates, Grigorenko to the back door, but he sets it up, pull it inside, and then drag it through his feet. He's got that low center of gravity. He can turn the corner. Trevelado gets tangled up. Grigorenko shoveled it up, so give him a reason to cheer in this rink, because the crowd started to buzz, started to cheer, and immediately we check in and figure out, yes, Slovakia has scored against Germany to tie it up on their mobile devices.
Power play continues for a few more seconds. Sam plays it for Marchetti. Marchetti gets double teamed, and after it is Nesterov, and Anisimov is out of the penalty box. 8-0 Russia. Here comes Zaitsev. Dropped it for Kovalchuk. He overskated it. Here comes Costner with Marchetti. Drops it for Marchetti. Try to get it back for Koster. And the pass was intercepted, and Zaitsev right back up the ice. Zaitsev lays it ahead for Kovalchuk. Kovalchuk sends it around. Russia changing. And unable to hold that in was Dmitri Orlov. Marchetti carries in. Drops it back, and a misfire as Lombacher tried to step in, and Kucherov in on goal, and he flipped it wide. Off the backboards and grabbed and held, and a penalty or a penalty shot.
Oh, well, listen, they're calling it tight. I thought he might as well give him a penalty shot. As you get a sense of Kucherov, who looks like he's playing the entire game in second gear. And yet he is deceptively quick.
Team Italy, number 25.
And you see him take off here. He doesn't have an angle, doesn't even have the...
Slashing.
And Marchetti, there's the first slash into the hands of Kucherov. Eventually chops it wide. But he makes up 20 feet on that rush. Never quite recalibrates for this chance. But everything looks easy for Kucherov. Everything looks simple and smooth and slow. And when you're out there, it does not feel that way to most players.
Yevgeny Kuznetsov plays this back, and Zaitsev couldn't handle that in-tight pass. And Vasilevsky up for Kuznetsov, in for Kaprizov. Kaprizov, watched by Toffener, plays it near corner. Sent back Kuznetsov to the line for Zaitsev, and back for Kuznetsov. Kaprizov at the goal line takes it and then gives it back to Kuznetsov. Watched by Zanata, cross ice for Ovechkin. The low shot misses and comes all the way around the boards, and Zaitsev has to set it up.
Best option, if you can, just let Kuznetsov shoot that puck. With all the other options out there, he doesn't want to. You can isolate him and just ask him to shoot.
Zaitsev, Kuznetsov, Kaprizov, Ovechkin blocked. Toffener got in front of it. Zaitsev back for Ovechkin.
Here's the below the goal line again. Rotate.
Yep.
And try to get Ovechkin one time. Here it comes.
And Ovechkin with the redirect.
Great little sequence. You can watch a play develop like a football play.
Kuznetsov, Kovalchuk, back for Ovechkin. Last minute of the second period. Kuznetsov, pass was blocked by Zanata.
That was neat. Something they very clearly worked on in practice. Ovechkin leaves his usual one-time spot. They go below the goal line. He rotates to the strong side, and he comes straight down onto the puck for a one-timer.
Kaprizov scampered into the players' bench, but it would have been offside had Ovechkin carried it in. Backdoor play for Dadonov, and he couldn't tap it in. And the power play is over. As Ovechkin played that, looking for the stick of Dadonov. Kucherov, Dadonov, back pass, Malkin. Save made, Filippo. As he comes across and makes the stop.
Kucherov has been spectacular again. Couple second assists here with Gusev on the first two goals. And then another really nice one here. Patience, no looker out to Dadonov. Every time he has the puck on his stick, he makes good plays. Even if they're not fancy, smart plays, simple plays, but they're always the right one. You put that with Gusev, who's wired the same way.
Kept in by Malkin, tried to get that to Gusev, and Hofer lays out to stop that pass. And the second period will come to an end.
Russia having fun right now. Like a scrimmage for them. Trying whatever they want offensively, and a lot of it's working. 8 goals on 27 shots through 2.
4 in the first and 4 in the second. as Nikita Kucherov and company make their way off the ice. 8-0 Russia, 2 done.
Introducing the 2019 IIHF app. Player statistics. Team statistics. And live updates. Available on all smart devices in multiple languages. The 2019 IIHF app. Powered by Shutouts. Download it now from the Apple App Store and Google Play. Shutouts. Significa.
Zanata has played over 13 minutes in this game, and the defense corps for Italy will get a little more time with Pavlu not expected to return after taking that puck in the face. Andre Vasilevsky has stopped 10 of the 10 that he has faced, and after it went to 5-0, there was a goaltending change. Marco Di Filippo came in to replace Andreas Bernard.
Maybe Italy can find a chance to get a goal here. They haven't scored yet in the tournament. Russia gets a little bit careless. Perhaps Italy can find a way just to get one. They deserve time to smile and celebrate.
Russia has won 62% of the faceoffs. Yevgeny Kuznetsov, 2 goals and 2 assists. Offside gets called. We talked about Italian coaches yesterday and how they have gone to Canada. Rick Bernacchi coached Italy from 2007 to 2012. We look at Barabanov, who's been moved around a little bit, now finds himself.
They've jumbled all the lines now, exploring and experimenting as Kuznetsov and Ovechkin have been split up. They've had Malkin between Gusev and Kucherov in the place of Anisimov. So just trying out some things. You never know when you might have to shuffle the deck later in the tournament.
They had Kucherov and Kuznetsov together for a while in the second period. Sergachev lets the shot go. That goes wide, taken by Barabanov.
There's so many pucks to go around with a line like that. Everyone wants to carry it.
Barabanov plays this for Dmitri Orlov. Orlov back for Barabanov. Backdoor play for Ovechkin, and Ovechkin goes down and appears to be all right as he gets himself back up. They'll get the net back in. 1994 to 2001. No medal after a goal in 1993 for Russia. That was right after it went from USSR to Russia. Second World Championship was Russia. It was in 1993 when they got a gold, and then they went that long stretch without a medal. They were a powerhouse before that as the USSR. 1954 to 1991, 22 gold medals. And then they struggled for a while after the split. And now back to a very, very talented country. DeLuca trying to get that to the short side, got blocked, and Zaitsev is on it.
Some of that also coincided with the abandonment of some national teams because NHL players used to not come to this tournament. It used to be
a Team Canada that just went around and played in the Spengler Cup and the Izvestia and the Olympics and in the World Championships. So not only did the Soviet Union break up and become a smaller country, but then the other countries also got a little bit better.
Winnipeg Falcons won the gold medal at the World Championship back in 1920. It's also been part of the Summer Olympics a long time ago, been part of the Winter Olympics, and some talk that maybe the Olympics should be in the summertime.
In a practical way, yes, the same way that that basketball is in the Summer
Correct.
Olympics. The basketball feels like a summer sport. It would just feel odd having hockey, the quintessential winter sport, in the Summer Olympics.
Bardaro across the line. Rameser heads to the front of the net. Bardaro tried to drop that for Marco Rosa. Intercepted and Dadonov for Malkin. Malkin for Kovalchuk. Back for Dadonov. Back for Malkin. Good save made. Di Filippo got down to that far side. Makes the stop. Rameser got dumped.
If there is an extra pass to be made, Russia's going to make it right now. They are trying to pass that puck right into the back of the net. Nobody wants to shoot. Everyone wants to find that next guy at the back door.
Off day for Russia tomorrow. Saturday they will play Latvia. And is there a worry that some of those, if you want to call them bad habits from overpassing, will carry on? Or?
I think this team showed, when they started this game, that won't be the case. There's a whole bunch of smart offensive players.
Sergachev down to the goal line for Kaprizov. They've gone off the side of the net on that far side. Andronov plays this behind the net. Kaprizov had it knocked off his stick by Trevillato. Trevillato ties Kaprizov off in the corner. Armand Hofer jams it loose, but it's partially, or at least for a split second, kept in by Sergachev, and then it does come out at center ice. Gavrikov will turn and head to the bench. Here comes Grigorenko. That shot hit a body in front. Grigorenko follows up with his own rebound, and that goes up and down a play.
Grigorenko was an interesting case. He was such a big star when he played in Quebec, in the Rampart for Patrick Roy. He was drafted in the first round, 12th overall to Buffalo. Didn't really work at Buffalo, but then he went to Colorado. You're like, oh, he's Patrick Roy. It's all going to be fine. His coach had got him and knew how he played and appreciates all the things he's good at. And it just never really happened for him in the NHL. 64 points in 217 games for a guy that they thought would be a massive offensive producer. And yet, when he goes back to the KHL, when he plays on Team Russia, he shows some of the stuff that you thought he would be able to show in the NHL. It just didn't happen for whatever reason. He's back and enjoying life and plays for Moscow at 52 points in 55 games in a league that's hard to create offense.
Patrick Roy leaving maybe didn't help the cause.
And the game getting faster. Grigorenko, great hands, good vision and sense of the game. Not the fastest even as a young player, but it's always interesting to see where people thrive and why.
Orlov breaks it up. Ovechkin dragged the back leg, trying to stay onside, but they rule that he did not, and we'll get a stoppage. And at 8-0, the Russian fans are very much enjoying this evening.
And what's amazing, you'll see Italian fans cheering along too. I mean, it's even when you're on the losing side of things, the supporters are enjoying the game experience.
We're seeing some talented players in those red jerseys. Kucherov has it up top, out there with Gusev and Kuznetsov. In for Kucherov, scores. There's that release that you talked about, Mike. And Nikita Kucherov,
like he's barely paying attention to what's happening out there, and he zips one by from 45 feet. And then most players in this tournament couldn't score on a one-timer that's not screened or tipped from that far out. And Kucherov takes this high roll, a little bit through the screen, but nobody around the net, doesn't touch anyone. Filippo has a hard time picking it up through the legs of Gander. And it's just a flick of a wrist, like it's nothing. And it's not that it's coming that hard, it's that it gets away that quickly and through the traffic. And the tournament's leading scorer, the NHL's leading scorer, now with 5 points on the night and 10 points in the tournament, or 4 points on the night, 10 points in the tournament.
Vasil and Zaitsev will get the assists on the goal by Nikita Kucherov.
Barely cracks a smile. It's just business as usual. And we're around hockey all the time, Dennis, every day. And we love it. We love watching it and commentating on it. But rarely I find myself watching like a fan and being impressed and awed and like I was when I was 12 years old.
But he pulls you into that.
When I watch Kucherov go and the things he does, I get lost kind of feeling like that. He's just so great.
Marco Rosa to center, gets tied up there with Nesterov, back in for Dadonov, for Kovalchuk in for Dadonov, and gets the fortuitous bounce, and basically has it open at to chip that in, and Dadonov has his second of the hockey game, and 6 now in the tournament for him.
Almost apologetically dumping that one into the net to make it 10. As turnover here, and Kovalchuk's got a wide open net if he wants to shoot this. And he's trying to pass this all the way back against the grain to Malkin. He doesn't want the 10th goal. Look how open the net is here when he can shoot it. That's his bread and butter. And he tries to go to Malkin on the back door. Crazy carom to Marchetti's shin pads. And Dadonov is more than happy to dump it in the net for his second of the night.
So in the double digits for Russia. The last time Russia scored 10 was the last time they played Italy back in 2017 in Cologne. Final score in that game was 10-1. Artemi Panarin had 4 points. Vladislav Nemesnikov had 4 points, and Nikita Kucherov had 4 points.
Sorry, Luca Zanata, number 55 for Italy. His dad, Ivano, coached in the KHL for St. Petersburg, assistant coach, junior team, coaches still professionally. And so he was asked, well, you asked your dad for some advice on how to play against the Russians. He says, no, last time I did that was in 2017 and we lost 10-1, so I won't do that again. I don't want to lose that badly. Well, Luca, always turn to your parents.
That's right.
Because they're at 10-0 now with 14 minutes to go.
Grigorenko sends this down low, gets it back from Kaprizov. Quick shot, rebound. Grigorenko on it. Kaprizov chases this down. Being watched by Trofferer. Centered in front of the net. And an in-tight chance for Andronov, and Deflected with a good stop. Lombacher. Hochkoffler in for Costner, in front of the net for Mukwonago.
Yeah, if Lombacher could make a pass there, he's got a breakaway. Put into his skates and slowed him down just enough to cost him. He would have been in alone.
Mukwonago saw the opening and jumped into it.
It would have been Canadian board from Oakville maybe getting Italy's first goal.
Yes. Bana puts on the brakes against Insam. Played back, Vasil. Plays give and go with Orlov. Back in for Ovechkin, centers it to the front. Knocked away, Ovechkin heads to the high slot. Trying to get it to him. Back to the front of the net it comes. Barabanov turns. Couldn't get the shot away. Armand Helfler after it, and he'll play this all the way down the boards, and this will be an icing call, and the faceoff will come back.
Italy has spoken of their challenges with this pace of game, and it is absolutely physical that the opponents in this division are faster and stronger, but a lot of it's mental. How quickly you can make your decisions, and I think that is really where Italy is learning on the fly, how to make decisions faster under duress.
Next up for them, the Czech Republic on Friday. This goes off the helmet. Kuznetsov, and he appears to be all right, and he'll wind it up. Kuznetsov takes the return pass from Zaitsev. In for Kucherov. Kucherov centers. Net was empty, but Andrew Gasson there to grab it off. Up for Marchetti. Marchetti will chip it in, and Sergachev will go back. Sergachev knifes it around the wall. And on it is Kucherov. For Zaitsev, and back for Kucherov. Dances his way in, left it for Malkin. And that got intercepted and cleared, and Zaitsev will have to retreat. Zaitsev goes rink wide, Russia changing. Malkin is on it. Malkin tries to get that near side for Ilya Kovalchuk. Kovalchuk back for Malkin, and that shot got blocked. Kovalchuk back for Malkin. Malkin tees it up, and Filippo got a piece of that.
As one of the few without a goal tonight, Malkin's still looking to find one, his first of the tournament. So he's still shooting.
Long lead pass. Trevillato breaks it up. Turned over. Give and go. And again, Ilya Kovalchuk.
Absolute empty netter, and he's trying to get it back to Malkin because he knows, like we do, Malkin hasn't scored yet. I mean, there's unselfishness, and that's ludicrousness. Kovalchuk could have skated that one in the net.
He could have.
Dennis, you could have scored that one. Could have got a shot on net.
Andronov, there, we'll go to that one. Gavrikov, the shot to the front of the net, looking for a high tip. Andronov on it, down for Gavrikov. Gavrikov dishes it off. Kaprizov the shot, that got blocked by Marco Rosset. And cleared back, and Gavrikov will circle back. Kaprizov, the wrister glove save made by Filippo, and he will hang on. You're watching the 2019 IIHF World Championship.
You have to respect the Italian team and their coaching staff as down 10-0. Clayton Beddoes had a passionate plea to his guys to keep playing, to keep fighting, and I think also maybe get a little bit more aggressive in the defensive end to try to corral this Russian team that is doing whatever they want. But it's so easy to get demoralized. You don't want to play. You kind of want the game to be over. And they're doing their best to not let that happen to them.
Czech Republic next, and then they finish with two huge games against Norway and Austria. That really,
that's the ones,
is their championship. And they're at the start of the tournament, they talked about their first goal was to maybe make the quarterfinal. Well, when
that
you
was
look
always going to be ambitious.
Yes, when you look at the pool that they were in, that wasn't going to happen. And then their next challenge was to try and not get relegated. Vasilevsky kicked that one out. Sergachev is on it. Sergachev trying to play it up the boards. That got blocked. Lombacher gets some help from Koster. Plays it back at the line. Marchetti with the shot. Drifted that one wide. Mukwonago was jumping in from the right point. Elects to back out as Russia will gain control, and it's up for Dmitri Orlov. He'll play it through for Ovechkin. Ovechkin puts on the brakes, takes a look. Cross-ice pass was deflected. Costner got bumped and knocked down there by Ovechkin. And Armand will skate it out. Sends it off a body into the Russian zone. Insam in with a bump on Nikita Zadorov. Marchetti behind the net. Marchetti gets it to the near side, and Mukwonago let the shot go high and wide. To the front of the net, it comes backhander down low. And Marco Insam chopped it wide. Another shot off the post. They can't buy one. It remains 10-0. Well, you have to feel for Diego Costner. Hits the crossbar on that last chance. Diego Costner is the one that thought he had scored, and then there was a challenge on that on offside against Latvia. There's another chance and another save by Vasilevsky off Rafael Andergassen. Malkin trying to get this to the front of the net, but there's been 3 or 4 great looks for Italy here in the last couple of minutes. Into the slot for Malkin. When he tried to get that to the net, it got blocked. He was covered very well. And Russia back to regroup. Ilya Kovalchuk will leave for Malkin. Malkin goes cross ice. Nesterov in from the line. Back in front for Dadonov. Couldn't get a stick on that, and it's out at center ice. Happy Zulin. Being chased there by Rameser. On for Nesterov. Nice little shovel backhand pass by Nesterov. On for Gusev. Gusev for Kuznetsov. Kuznetsov floats down that right side. Kuznetsov finds Gavrikov. Filippo, good save.
How pretty was that little breakout, though? 2 drop passes, a cutback, hit the late trailer. Just offensive hockey fundamentals. I know they're playing against Italy and they can't check quite as well, but the philosophies behind it are just great to watch.
Rameser stick shatters on that attempted shot. Kuznetsov gets squeezed out. Zanata goes back for it. Luka Zanata ahead. Lombacher gets it for Simon Costner. Back for Troffer, back for Simon Costner. He'll drop it for Lombacher. Watched by Kuznetsov. Back for Troffer at the line. And tried to play it down low, and that goes off the rounded part of the glass. And there comes Diego Costner.
So Diego Costner, high slot, drags it by Dadonov. He beats Vasilevsky clean and rings it off the bar. And you know what, sometimes you can't laugh if you're crying. So good on the coach, good on Costner to have a smile about the situation. They'll get one. Eventually, they'll get one. Maybe not tonight, but before this tournament is over, they will score a goal.
Andronov back for it. Tried to leave it there for Zadorov. That got stopped. Diego Costner tried to work it off the board. Sends it back for Armand Helfer. Helfer gets it to Marchetti. Marchetti centered it, and it never did get to Marco Insam. Cleared down the ice, and this will go for icing against Russia.
Under relentless pressure, they have to ice the puck. And Dadonov has been the sniper all tournament long. Another power play goal was his first, and then this one, I guess if I have to put it in, I will, to get his second.
That is 3 two-goal games for Dadonov of the 4 that they played.
Russia 5 for 14 on the power play in this championship.
What's interesting though, they talked about, before the game, Coach Ilya Vorobyov talked about trying to change some things on the power play, give some different looks. And we've seen them apply their coach's game plan into the game, which does not always happen, even for players as talented as this.
Shot from the line, deflected by Gander. That didn't miss by much.
The stuff behind the net, the rotation of Ovechkin.
Kirill Kaprizov sends it for Anisimov. Barabanov heads to the front of the net. Off the bench was Ovechkin, lost control of it, and Rameser. Might have been a 3-on-2, but it got away from him. Vasil on for Zaitsev. Zaitsev leaves for Barabanov, who will leave for Ovechkin. Watched by Bardaro. Down for Anisimov. Tried to get it to Ovechkin. Comes right back to Anisimov. To the front of the net. Never got there. Zaitsev tried to put it to the front of the Italian net. Cleared back out at center. Ovechkin on the backtrack takes it away. Here comes Anisimov. And he rifled the wrister wide. And Rameser sends this ahead for Bardaro. Bardaro with Rameser. They crisscross, puts it to the net. Rameser couldn't get a stick on it, and Vasilevsky kicked it away. Under 5 to go now. In a comfortable lead for Russia at 10-0. Vasil
Comfortable.
drops it back. Nestorov for Malkin. Malkin forced to the outside by Armand Hofer. Malkin drops it back. Dadonov leaves for Malkin. Stolen down in behind the net. And then back to the line, but knocked away. Here comes Lombacher. Headed to the net is Hochhofler. And he got a stick out there, but couldn't get it on the puck. Back up the ice, and Kucherov, or Nestorov rather, does a pirouette at the line, loses his footing, and goes for a little tumble. 3:54 left to go here at Bratislava. Russia looking to move back into a tie with Switzerland for top spot. Still 2-1 Slovakia over Germany over in Kosice.
That is a massive game on how that bracket pool will play out.
Slovakia with a clean win would move up to 6 points and in a tie with Canada.
Have the tiebreaker on Germany, who has not played any of the good teams. Germany has Finland, Canada, and the States left.
Correct.
So they beat the teams below them, but can they beat the teams above them?
Kucherov misfires on his pass for Nikita Zadorov. This is flipped ahead. Costner will carry it in. That was close to offside. And if this goes in,
don't do it.
To the front of the net for Marco Edsam, and he just chipped it wide. Michelli's after it. Michelli plays it back for Mukwonago. Mukwonago sends it down to the goal line, and Michelli back in front for Costner, misfired. Toffener ripped it, and he fired it wide.
I think at this point, even the Russian fans would cheer if Italy scored a goal.
Carried back down the ice. Andronov plays it in behind for Kaprizov. Kaprizov being watched by Marchetti, and Marchetti will take it away. Chases back into his own zone as Italy is changing. Cleared to the line, but not out. Anisimov holds it in, and now grabbed off by Marcus Gander. Gander stopped at center ice by Dmitri Orlov. Up for Anisimov. Anisimov the shot. And Filippo got a piece of that. And it's cleared out at center for Gander now with 2 minutes to go. Vasilevsky will play this up and out at center ice. Orlov gets it to the Italian line, no further. Russia has gone back-to-back with shutouts. Shot by Ovechkin wide short side. Taken by Barabanov. Barabanov trying to cut it to the front of the net. Does! And Anisimov with the shot, and that got stopped.
There it is again.
Yep. Barabanov has it on a string.
Victor Arvidsson likes to do that one. Same kind of move, pull it through your feet. And you get the defenseman to reach on the shot block.
Long lead pass. Gander gets a stick on it. Trevillato stripped to the puck by Barabanov. Barabanov back in with Ovechkin.
Trevillato's going to pick up a hold.
Italy will be shorthanded here. To the bench for the extra attacker is Vasilevsky. Malkin for Barabanov, and Barabanov got tied up with Trevillato. Back for Ovechkin, and knocked off his stick. Comes out at center. Sergachev back for Ovechkin, and back for Sergachev. Ramusser keeps an eye on him, in for Malkin. Malkin dances his way in. Malkin down low, backdoor play for Sergachev. Misfired, and Zaitsev holds it in for Malkin. Malkin and Ovechkin missed it. He had half a net.
They're going to keep the puck for the whole minute without Italy touching it on a delayed penalty.
Ovechkin fires it around the boards. After it is Ilya Kovalchuk. Still a delayed penalty coming. Down for Ovechkin off his stick. Ovechkin throws it to the front of the net, and Armand Helfer takes it off his skate. And with 3.2 seconds left, the power play will come into effect, and we'll get one more face-off in this game.
2 minutes for holding.
That kind of sums it up. They take a penalty because they had to, then Russia was able to hold it for about a full minute before finally giving up possession there. You see the Tugs. I don't blame Trevillato one bit. I'd be grabbing anything that moved at this point. So a dominant performance as Barabanov putting on a show late in this one.
He's a skilled player. So Andrei Vasilevsky will pick up his second shutout of the tournament. He'll make 15 saves for this shutout, and 3 straight shutouts now for Russia. After an opening win against Norway 5-2, they had beat Austria 5-0, Czech Republic 3-0, and now they beat Italy 10-0. The final shot's 40-15, and the Russians deserving of the lopsided win.
As if they needed any help to feel better about themselves, but even Kuznetsov on the board, Ovechkin on the board, 10 goals, and onward they roll.
Sweden and Austria, Czech Republic and Latvia. Our 2 games tomorrow here in Bratislava.
The prizes will be presented by Zuzana Moravčíková, Head of Administration of 2019 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship Organizing Committee and former Olympic national team player, and Peter Štla, Regional Director of Raiffeisen Bank.
Ceny budú odovzdávať pani Zuzana Moravčíková, riaditeľka administratívy organizačného výboru majstrovstiev sveta a bývalá olympijská reprezentantka, a pán Peter Štila, regionálny riaditeľ Raiffeisen Bank.
The best player of Team Italy is number 5, Alex Trivellato. best player of Team Russia, number 3, Dinar Hafizulin. Ladies and gentlemen, in a few moments, we will hear national anthem of winning team. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for national anthem of Russian Federation.
Dámy a páni, na počesť víťazného tímu zaznie štátna hymna Ruskej federácie.
Enjoy Bratislava even more with the Costner.
Ilya, another big win for your team. How important was it to get some of your big guys scoring like Alex Ovechkin and Malkin?
Malkin didn't score yet, but Ovi did, so it's good. But we still got 6 games left, hopefully, and they have some time. But I think everybody playing really well. You know, we didn't stop playing. We respect the Italian team, and we want to put it on a show for the fans. So I think they enjoy the game.
Is there any room for improvement on this team right now?
We just have to improve our game every time. You know, next game I think against Latvia, they're a really strong team, so we gotta rest a few days and then be ready for them.
So good luck.
Thank you.
You've been a part of this team for a very long time. How do you describe the character of this group?
Well, yeah, we have a hard going. We have a hard time scoring. Obviously, we spend most of the times in our D zone, so we have a hard time scoring. But I think we're getting better every game. For some reason, I have a good feeling about this team. And yes, for our small hockey world, this was a really exciting game. Yes, the game ended in this way, but we had the chance to play against the top players in the whole world, and yeah, I can say we're all proud of each other. The way we battled, the game was already over after the second period, and maybe also after the first, but we never quit, and that's a good character effort.
What's the talk like on the bench in a game like this?
Well, obviously, we wanted to try to get this first goal finally. Maybe there's a not opening after, I don't know. We want to create some offense. Obviously, against a team like Russia, it's not impossible, but really, really hard. But we tried everything we can and didn't work today, maybe for next time.
What are you most proud of with this group so far?
That we never give up. We're a great group, but everybody works hard for each other. We're blocking shots. We know we can rely on 2 great goaltenders. This is a big help for us, and obviously we can't leave him alone like tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.